Welcome to your Tech News Today, the podcast about keeping you informed and empowered by giving you the latest tech stories that impact your daily life. It's Thursday, January 31st. I'm Mike James. Coming up in a bit, Facebook is at it again, this time with an app that was paying people to collect their data. There's also news of Google's plan to keep you away from imposter websites. Plus, it's a new trend that involves renting a room in someone's house for an hour. And an empty trash bag object in Earth's orbit is puzzling astronomers. We'll get started in just a moment. First, we'd like to recognize our partners who help make these Commando podcasts possible. We start with Facebook and your data. Sounds all too familiar, doesn't it? Well, they're at it again, and it's a new year, after all, and this time it's been revealed that they were paying people to install some pretty intrusive data-gathering software on their phones. As TechCrunch first reported, since 2016, Facebook has been paying adults and even teens to install a VPN called Facebook Research that basically collects data about how they use their smartphone. But its name was later conveniently changed to Project Atlas, and it's really pretty bad. One expert told TechCrunch the app allowed Facebook to collect data like your web browsing history, private social media messages, along with photos and videos sent through other instant messaging apps. And the app always had access to your location as well. So, just about everything you wanted to keep private, all while Facebook tried to gather intelligence on competing apps. At first, Facebook defended the app, saying they had no plans to remove it. But only hours later, they pulled the iOS version, and Apple spokesman even confirmed that Facebook had violated its policies. At last check, it was still available through Android. Now, if this sounds like deja vu, you're not alone. Just last year, Apple pulled another Facebook app called Anovo because it also violated their privacy rules involving data collection. A week ago, the Wall Street Journal posted an op-ed by Mark Zuckerberg called The Facts About Facebook, where he basically said people don't trust Facebook because they don't understand it. Actually, Mark, I think we understand it all too well. And as a reminder, we've got all kinds of tips on how to protect your data on Facebook, at least what's in your power, and even steps to shut down your account if you finally had enough. Just check out Commando.com. And let's move on to another company that knows everything about you, which is Google. They're adding a new warning to protect you from falling victim to phishing scams. Now, we've reported at length about phishing emails on Kim's show, on our podcast, and of course at Commando.com. And in a lot of cases, you'll get an email that looks like it's from, say, Netflix, and it'll try to fake you out by saying you need to fix something wrong with your account, or something similar to that. So it'll usually have a link to a fake website that looks pretty close to the real thing, but they would just change something in the URL so you wouldn't notice, like changing an I in Netflix to something like the number 1, and then you put in your information and you've opened up the door to scammers. So Google is adding a new warning to their Chrome browser that should alert you when you're headed to an imposter website like that. Now, it's still being tested, but it's supposed to know when you're on your way to an unpopular website or one you don't frequent. And you still have the option to ignore the warning if you dare. Just ahead, it's becoming more trendy to book houses by the minute and forget about the foldable phones. There might be a wearable device on the way with a flexible screen. Right now, let me tell you about our partners at Stitch Fix. My life can get pretty hectic. Between work and family, I don't always have time to shop for myself, and that's why we're excited about Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service that finds and delivers clothes, shoes, and accessories to fit your body, budget, and lifestyle. Just go to stitchfix.com/Kim and tell them your sizes, what styles you like, and how much you want to spend on each item. You'll be paired with your very own personal stylist who will hand-pick items to send right to your door. You try them on, pay only for what you love, and return the rest. Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free, and there's no subscription required. Stitch Fix's styling fee is only $20, which is applied toward anything you keep from your shipment. It was really easy to get it set up, and I can't wait to get my first box. Get started right now at stitchfix.com/Kim, and you'll get an extra 25% off when you keep all the items in your box. That's stitchfix.com/Kim. Well, these days you can rent just about anything from a company or another person. Things like houses through Airbnb, maybe an RV, even space on someone's driveway. But occasionally, you might just need something for a really short period of time. It could be like a bicycle or a car that you can rent by the hour. And a few years ago, an app called Recharge even started offering hotel rooms you could book by the hour or even the minute. Others offer the same service, like by the hours and day use, and they're continuing to up the game, offering up brief stays in people's homes. So you can take a quick nap if you need to, or take a shower, or make a phone call in private. Recharge is a San Francisco startup company that already works with about 50 hotels and now about 1,100 homes in San Francisco, LA, and New York City. Another option is hourly spaces, where you can book time in homes or offices in nearly 200 countries. That's a lot of options for a quick nap. Well, a lot of chatter in the tech world so far this year has revolved around foldable or flexible phone screens. For example, the folding phone that Samsung has been talking about for years is finally ready to be released. One startup's foldable phone is already on the market, and other companies are also set to release their own versions. Even the iconic Motorola Razr from the mid-2000s made a big comeback, being reborn as a flip phone with a foldable screen. And some TV manufacturers are building screens that roll up. It's the trendy tech around the world right now. And what you probably haven't heard about, though, is a flexible screen that you can wear. Enter a Chinese company called Nubia, which is said to be working on a new wristband with a flexible screen, and it could debut as soon as next month at the Mobile World Congress event in Spain. Nubia's CEO even posted a tease on a Chinese social network with an image that looks to be a metallic band with a long screen and camera. So will this steal all the thunder from the foldable phones? Well, time will tell, as in the time that you can check on your futuristic wristband. Coming up in a moment, a popular navigation app is trying to put an end to those signal blackouts in tunnels, and astronomers are trying to figure out how something like an empty trash bag is so far away from Earth. Right now, a quick thank you to our friends who help make these podcasts possible. Over the years, we've come to rely on GPS as a constant companion in our cars, especially when we're in an unfamiliar city or territory. But like any other technology, it doesn't work all the time, like when you're driving through an underground tunnel. And that dependency can be a real hassle when you come out of the tunnel, only to blow past your exit because your GPS is still trying to figure out where you went. So Waze is trying to fix this issue. Now, as a refresher, Waze is the popular GPS navigation app that Google bought a couple of years ago. It's famous for its user-submitted travel updates that and telling you about traffic on neighborhood streets or even where the cops are hiding out to give you a speeding ticket. But now they want to put a stop to those GPS blackout spots by attaching small Bluetooth beacons along tunnel walls. So this week they installed the devices in a lot of tunnels around New York City. They just stick to the sides of the tunnel walls and transmit a Bluetooth signal to any phone or tablet passing nearby, which gives you uninterrupted GPS service as you pass through the tunnel. You just have to make sure you have Bluetooth turned on. Each beacon is pretty cheap, about $30, but cities have to place 42 beacons for each mile, so it does add up. They're already in use in 9 other cities around the world, and the beacons are powered by a Google platform that's open source, which means other navigation apps like Apple Maps and others can still use the technology. Now, if they could just stop telling people to drive into lakes, we'd probably have something. There's a lot of strange things in space, of course, even in Earth's orbit. But one object has astronomers kind of scratching their head. They've spotted something orbiting Earth they're referring to as an empty trash bag object. Now, it's not really a trash bag, though, but it is the actual technical term for it. Now, they think it's probably a leftover piece of a rocket, such as a metallic foil. But what makes it unique is they've never seen something like this in an orbit that's so far away. It's about 375 miles from Earth's surface, and it's called an empty trash bag object, or ETBG, because of its erratic orbit, similar to how a trash bag blows around in the wind. It won't be around forever. Astronomers expect it to burn up in the atmosphere within the next couple of months. By the way, once you're done listening to our podcast, do us a favor and give us a 5-star review wherever you're listening. It helps more people find us. Finally, for today's Commando Kicker, there's been a distant exoplanet that some citizen scientists have discovered. It's believed to be roughly 2 times the size of Earth, and it's located within a habitable zone. However, scientists don't know if it's rocky like Earth or a gas-rich planet like Neptune. The exoplanet is 226 light-years away from our planet, but it is an exciting discovery because planets like Earth seem to be pretty uncommon, at least anywhere in the vicinity, which I guess 226 light-years in space terms is considered in the vicinity. What's funny is that citizen scientists are the ones who actually found it, while others overlooked that planet's data. So it could be the new Earth if we could just figure out a way to travel in light years. For more fun and interesting facts, go to Komando.com and search for the Commando Kicker. And that's your tech news today. If you enjoyed it, check out our other podcasts. You'll get tons of great information, like the Consumer Tech Update, where each day Kim takes an in-depth look at a digital issue. That's on the Consumer Tech Update, and you can find that at podnet.com or on your favorite podcast player by searching KOMANDO and look for the Consumer Tech Update. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.